Okay, good morning and hi, it's Mike. And some of you may know, including Corey, thank you for your help. I have a 2006 Ford 250 Super Duty 6.0 Power Stroke. 125,000 and so miles. I'm not sure exactly how many, but it's 125. So we bought it several weeks ago, had no trouble with it. And the trouble that we're having now, it is two problems. One is a cold start, really hard cranking. We've driven diesel motors most of our lives, my wife and I, as truck drivers, so we understand how diesels work. So we changed the fuel filters, thinking that that might have been the problem, drained the water separator that's associated with the fuel filter that's underneath the driver's door on the rail. No water. I had a little cup that I drained out. I wanted to see what was in the fuel separator system, and it still runs rough. Let me come up to the hood here. We went out and bought a fuel pressure gauge. There's a look on the motor, and it says the Ford specs say 45 pounds. We're getting slightly over 40. I'm sorry, 40 pounds. We're getting slightly over 40 pounds. So that's not the problem. We've even had left it hooked up while we test drove it. And I've been asked to make a video of how hard it is to crank when it's cold out. It's about 30, 31 degrees here this morning. And we have two brand new batteries. We did have trouble with one of the batteries, so they're brand new, fresh, a week old. Here we go, both batteries. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come over inside the cab. I'm going to simply turn the key on. Back to the fuel gauge. And it's sort of bouncing around a little bit. But we have 40, looks like 46 pounds, thereabouts, fluctuating a little bit. I don't know if that's clear. I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave it hooked up after I try to start the motor. So let's go inside. Okay, I'm in the cockpit here. Oh, it's 124,390. Now, I do have a check engine light on. It came on once after we bought the truck. We thought it was the fuel cap not being tight. It went out, and now it's back on. So I'm going to turn the key off. And then I'm going to cycle it on again. Look for the glow plug indicator, which is on. Now, I've also been told to watch the oil pressure as I crank the motor to see if it goes up. And it does. It goes up to about midway. I'm not sure how many pounds of pressure that is. One other thing is, we did fill it up the night before we had the trouble. But I also use the same diesel in my storage tanks to run my RV and my diesel tractor. So I'm going to cycle that one more time. Get the glow plugs nice and hot. I'll even open the window so we can hear the motor clack away. Okay, here we go. First attempt at starting it cold. Has not been run in 2 days. So it's been sitting here 2 days. So here we go. Okay, you heard it. It almost wants to start, if that makes sense. So I'll cycle the key off. Cycle the key on again. Here we go. I'll play with the accelerator a little bit as I crank it. Attempt number 2. do have oil pressure. That's it. It won't start. What'll happen is I'll leave it, come back, try again. Maybe it'll start. Come back again. Maybe it'll start. And when it feels like it will start. And before I end this video, we will try it one more time. And what I'm going to do is get out of the vehicle. I wish I had a longer hose on this fuel pressure gauge. I'm going to turn it towards the driver's compartment so I could actually see it while I'm trying to start the vehicle. Let's see if I can get this hose in a position where I can see the fuel gauge from the driver's compartment. Okay, that'll work. I'll be able to see that from inside. Nope, it just fell. Let's try that again. It's being uncooperative because of the temperature here today. Okay, so now that's facing where I could see it as I crank. Okay, back into the driver's compartment. I don't know if you can see the gauge from where I am. There it is. But I'm certainly going to look at it now. Okay, we're up to about 42. I cycled. The glow plug indicator is out. I apologize for my fingers getting in the way. And here we go. It's dropping to 40. RPMs are moving. Okay. All right, there you have it. I'm putting the window back up. I'll come back later and try to start it as the day goes on. I do not have the block heater plugged in. Maybe I'll try that, heating up the block to see if it will crank over. But obviously we're having some kind of trouble. Now, if it does start, it'll run a little rough, but I'm able to drive. I'll let it warm up for a couple of minutes. I don't like moving my equipment at this temperature unless it's warm. And it runs rough. Get up down the road 6, 7, 8 miles or so, and then it loses power. And very difficult with my foot to the floor. I can't go over 40 miles an hour on a straight, flat road. If there's any kind of an incline, I have to have a running start to make it up. And I'm not talking about a mountain or anything. I'm talking about just a little knoll or a little hill. I don't know what other information I can give right now. We're still in the diagnostic process right now. Okay, there you have it. I'll be back later. I'll see if it'll start. Maybe I'll plug the block heater in. Thank you.